I mean, that's okay.
Yeah, I gotta
But
get my notes open. Hold on.
that's fine. I mean, we got some eyeballs if they show up. That'd be great.
Yeah, that would be fun.
You know, sometimes it's like, you know, oh my goodness, is that was my coffee? That was my coffee.
Did you about knock your coffee
No,
over?
I did that one time, and that was a bad deal. That was a bad deal.
That would be
So,
bad. That would be bad.
yeah, especially
So,
during the show.
are you ready for tonight?
Uh, I am, but I have one question for you.
Sure, sure. What's the question?
How do you feel about whales? Not just whales, but how do you feel about space whales?
How do you feel about midichlorians?
We're gonna do this, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
How do you
That's the way this is going to be.
how do you feel about whales in transporters?
How do you feel about the Force and midichlorians?
What if I take a whale and come after you? Oh, never mind. Oh,
All right, let's start. It's the Something About Something podcast with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
And the guy I don't know who I'm hosting this with, Mr. Ricky Pope, who loves whales. He just won't admit to it. So here we go.
I love whales.
Yes, I'm sure you do. I'm sure. Hey, Todd, how you doing? What's up?
Jason.
Hey, yeah. Hey, straight up to Jason. He's actually working that late shift. Yes, curse you, Ricky. Curse you.
I'm so sorry.
Yes.
It will come up again before the night is over.
It will come up again. Yes,
but
it
so
will.
will whales.
Yes, it will. Yes.
Hey,
so.
I got my animal shirt.
You do. That's your glow in the dark, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it glows in the dark.
That's awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
I just got my Star Wars
standard Star Wars shirt.
Standard Star Wars shirt. I mean, yeah. That's
but
all
it's
I've
classic. It's like, it's episode 4.
Yeah,
good
it's
stuff.
it's not like that crappy Phantom Menace. So, yeah.
Who else can krill you? Yeah,
They can, and they're tasty on the Barbie.
Oh
no, I love whales. Anybody out there, I love whales. I love dolphins, especially in my tuna. So that's good. Wow. That's not how many people we got. Okay, good. The two people we have,
Two people, they don't care about
they
dolphins
don't care.
or
That's
tuna.
good. That's good. Wow.
So what are we going to talk? What are we talking about tonight?
I thought you were going to tell me. Oh, we're talking about the movies that we actually like that critics and fans in the beginning couldn't stand.
Yeah,
basically.
Movies.
Yeah, I mean,
movies that that get a bad rap sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, there's movies that the critics, and also too, there's some movies here that the critics liked, but the rabid fans did not like.
Yep, exactly.
So there's some of that too, and we'll talk about that. Well, NATO, I love it. Well, NATO's, I tell you.
What was that?
Yeah,
I saw the comment by Todd,
yes.
and at first just caught it out of the corner of my eye, and I thought it said whale, like innuendo with whale on the beginning of it.
Oh yeah.
But I was like, I don't know what that means.
We do now, my friends. We do now. Movies with bad reputations like Star Wars.
What? Star Wars does not have a bad reputation.
No, it does.
Well,
yeah.
Are you insane?
Yes, he is.
Some things.
So yeah, this is going to be interesting because by the end of the night, either me and Ricky are still going to be friends.
Yeah.
Or
this may be our last episode.
This might be like, the great comedy teams that split. They just can't stand each other anymore. So let's see how the show goes. Yes.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah. So did you have how hard was it for you to come up with your list? I mean,
it took me a little while to come up with my list. And it was funny. I actually posted, some of you guys might have seen it, on a couple of groups that we're in that you and I are part of. And, one of my personal pages, I commented and said, tell me a movie that is better than it gets credit for.
Yeah.
And I got a whole long list of movies from people.
Oh, that's awesome.
Some of them, I was like, yeah, I don't think that movie gets a bad rap at all.
Yeah.
Then there were a few that I absolutely know get a bad rap.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, really? You think that's a good movie?
I had on one website, they talked about The Door.
The Door?
The Door. Remember the
Room?
Oh, The Door. That was the sequel that was the sequel that they never could make. They made The Room, and the sequel is The Door.
Oh my gosh.
I typically went to the theater. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's true. Yes, I used to. Yeah.
I'm not going to say that critics are always wrong. Sometimes the critics are absolutely on the nose.
Yeah, sometimes they are.
And actually, in one of the groups that I made that I posted the comment on,
Yeah,
I did this all on Facebook. By the way, follow us on Facebook if you're not already following us. Follow us on Facebook.
Follow us.
Comment down below. Let us know what your favorite movie is that doesn't get enough credit. But somebody mentioned The Room.
Yeah,
and they mentioned it because it's so bad it's good.
That's where you have to come at it. That's where you have to. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
Somebody
see, I don't think our lists tonight are so bad that they're good. Dog Soldiers. I don't know that movie.
No, I don't.
Do you know Dog Soldiers?
I do not know.
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
But I think our lists tonight, they're not so bad that they're good.
Yeah.
These are movies that you and I, well, either you or I.
Yeah, let's
be honest about this.
Let's differ on this, okay? Like, to make sure that
at least one of us likes all of the movies on the list.
It's all right.
But either the critics or other people give it a bad rap.
Yeah.
Or even it's just, I like this movie and you don't, so it counts. Or you like this movie and I don't, so it counts.
The deal is that we have a drive that we share, okay, on the cloud, and we made this list, and I saw some of the movies he puts on, and so I came prepared for this because I knew there was going to be some...
He chose a movie just to spite me.
Yeah, I showed a movie just to spite him, so... It's gonna, like I said, hopefully we'll still stay friends after this.
That's all right. Everybody's going to hate me after one of my movies.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just going to be you.
No, that's the truth. So anyway, I think I've got some really...
Scottish Soldiers versus Werewolves. Okay.
You can't go wrong with that.
Can't move. Hey, I know a guy who made a movie here in Oklahoma called Army of Frankensteins.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, it's not so bad that it's good. It's just weird.
It's just weird.
It's just weird. It is definitely a cheap indie movie made here in Oklahoma.
Well, I think we should get the show going. Do we want to do some stupid news?
Are we ready for stupid news? I think we're ready for stupid news.
I think so. I think we should do it. You want to kick off the video? Kick off the video. There we go.
It's the Stupid News with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
Wow.
We need to fix that. It makes me laugh every time.
It does. Makes me laugh.
I don't know whether we should fix it.
I don't know.
Because it needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Or if we shouldn't fix it because it makes both of us laugh that it just cuts
giggle.
off.
Makes us giggle. Wow.
It annoys me. It absolutely annoys me.
Well, yeah, because you're a video guy, video editing guy. So I'm sure it makes me laugh because it's abrupt, and all of a sudden we're like, "Is that it?
Oh, we're on."
Is that it? So anyway, I have some really good I got some really high class news. So yeah,
that's a bad sign right there.
Is that a bad omen?
Anytime you say high class news,
highbrow, it's all highbrow, and we lost somebody because I just said it was highbrow.
Probably,
so anyway,
Jason keeps popping on and off because he's supposed to be at work.
We don't say that. Don't say that out loud. So anyway, this is a little bit something from our favorite state, Florida. That's right, my friends.
Yes, it's a Florida man story.
It's a Florida. Actually, it's a Florida woman story.
Oh, a Florida woman story.
Yes,
Ooh.
I thought that. Yeah, it was something a little bit different here. Let's.
We are an equal opportunity abuser
Well, heck
here.
yeah. I mean, we're yes, we are. We believe in whatever. And so anyway, so a situation came up when deputies pulled up to a home, and apparently a woman came running from the front door. Apparently, as a 26-year-old Merritt Island, 26-year-old from Merritt Island. And she was arrested Thursdays after deputies said that she threw a tub of butter at her sister during an argument.
A tub of butter?
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Yes, apparently one of the sisters is charged with a count of misdemeanor domestic battery, which I like to call
Oh, my goodness.
more like assault and buttery.
Oh, that was
Assault
lame.
and buttery, yes.
Was it salted butter?
I don't know. But apparently, but when the deputies pulled up to the home, the woman came running from the door, screaming, covered with butter, according to the reports. Exactly. That's right. Covered with butter. Yes.
Everything's better with butter.
That's apparently so. And not only that, in a sworn statement, the woman told the deputies that her sister had asked her if she was going to pay for the butter. When she refused, she threw the tub at her, hitting her with the actual tub, and then the butter within, the deputy said. Now, also, too, but one thing, too, but one of the arresting officers did make a statement after the arrest saying, "I can't believe it's not butter." And we also, as well as Fabio.
Fabio. I can't believe it's not butter.
I can't believe it's not butter. So anyway, that's was from Florida, and also too, and this
that's
is
got to
down
be
in Texas.
messy.
Yes, yeah, assault and buttery. So yeah, that's a good one right there. Assault that's a rim
what's their
shot.
maybe their nickname was Popcorn.
It could be. In Texas, a man with
wait, Todd, no, ooh, too much TMI.
Oh, with
TMI.
Man,
wow.
Ooh, do you do a manscape before that? I don't know.
Wow.
Ooh, man, but it's nice and glisten. Plus, think about it. Think about it. You can have toast out there and don't have to have a knife. So
there
that's
is
good.
that is
so
a thing.
You just put a little. You just put that toast on your belly and you got a sandwich. So anyhow, now in Texas, a man 66-year-old was booked into a Bell County jail and on his 9th driving with intoxicated charges. That's right. The man was his 9th driving while intoxicated. He was charged. He was at the time. He was one. I gave him alcohol. Yes, apparently I'm sunbathing too with, oh my goodness, what happened here? You know what I hate about Windows 10? I'm going to go on a technical spew right here.
Sure.
Is Windows 10, when you shake the window, it goes away.
What?
Yeah.
You shake the window, it goes away?
It goes away.
I'm like flabbergasted that this is a thing. I had no idea.
Yes,
so if I open up a Chrome window and I shake it,
you have several windows on your screen and you shake it, they all go away.
Oh my goodness, I did not know that.
And you can't turn it off. It's the most annoying thing ever.
Todd wants to know what's in your coffee cup.
Todd, since we have no sponsors, I can't tell you what it is. But
if they'd sponsor us.
But I know one thing. The captain likes it.
Hey, there we go.
And his friend Morgan. So anyway, the 6-year-old Temple man with a future predicting shirt that says that, warning, I do dumb things, on his T-shirt. Yes, man. Right there. The man right here. Yes, he was. on his T-shirt wearing "I do some things." He was taken to jail wearing that. Apparently, this apparent master of self-prophecy faces up 10 years in prison. So that's
Oh my goodness.
yes, and if you think that wasn't bad, well, here we go. Look at this two couple.
They're
match made in heaven. Yes, apparently,
Yeah.
this couple here, they were it was an intoxicated man and woman on the road, and they they accidentally pushed their car's SOS button. You know what SOS button is, right?
SOS button.
It's kind of like when your Mayday button. You know, you push the button and when you have an emergency in your car.
Is that like the OnStar button
Yeah,
thing?
like OnStar.
Okay,
They actually
okay.
hit their OnStar button, prompting the police to respond. But unfortunately, they got arrested. Yeah, it wasn't. Yes, apparently after probable cause, the officers found a significant amount of illicit drugs in the
Oh, my
trunk.
goodness.
Yes, they're right there.
Oh my.
Exactly.
my.
Oh my. Exactly. That's it on that.
That's a lot of drugs.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna
they
try to.
that's
go
pretty
ahead.
funny. So they needed help, so they hit the button and they got arrested because they see that goes back to the "I do stupid things" T-shirt. Todd says he needs one.
I think one of those too. Especially after night. Now right now with with COVID right now, a lot of people are having to use some innovative ways to make money. And this circus in Germany have figured out a way to make money since they can't actually do any of their entertainment for under the tent. So they
Circus
decided,
in Germany.
yeah, a circus in Germany.
Okay. Before we go on,
Yes,
you said circus in Germany,
yes,
and the only thing that came to my mind
yes.
was Dieter from
Dieter.
Saturday Night Live. Would you like to touch my monkey?
Well, this is almost just as bad. It's almost just as bad.
Okay, so tell me about it.
So out in front of there, as you can see, they're doing a great demonstration coming up, something they can make on the side. So apparently what they
Okay.
decided to do, they decided, well, you know what, since we can't make any money doing our normal, circus,
Yeah.
let's do it by selling jars filled with what? Ta-da!
What? No.
By selling lion poop. That's right. The Crone Circus. The Crone. The Crone
Oh my
Circus said
gosh.
it's selling jars. They're selling jars filled with big cat droppings,
Oh my goodness.
which officials said can be spread in home gardens and kept. Yes. And,
Oh,
here
my
we go.
goodness.
There's a jar right there next. Yes.
Oh.
I wonder if Joe Exotic.
I was gonna say if
Yeah,
Joe
Joe
Exotic had
Exotic.
only thought of this.
That's right. So apparently, they're also a website. Customers can visit the pop-up store. That's what they call it, the pop-up store during business hours, Monday through Friday. And the jars of lion feces can also be purchased for shipment online. So you can have your crap shipped. So that's not a bad deal. That's not a bad deal at all. But if you
Oh my goodness.
if you think that's bad, okay.
Hey,
Well,
before we go on, by the way,
yes.
just so we're clear, because we do Lion King updates from time to time.
That's true.
The feds have suspended Jeff Lowe's exhibitor license.
Really?
At Joe Exotic's old zoo. Yep.
You mean the Tiger King?
It's a Tiger King. What did I say? The
Yes.
Lion King?
Lion King.
I
I
said
did
the
that.
Lion King. You
Yeah.
usually do that.
I usually say
did-
the Lion King. But
Yeah, the
go
Tiger
ahead.
King. Thank you for correcting me.
That's okay.
But the feds suspended his license, so even if he moves, he can't exhibit animals.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's getting more interesting.
Yeah, I know.
I think they talked
You know.
about doing another documentary series.
Yes, I've heard about that. My guess is Todd wants to know who collects the stuff.
Oh, who collects the stuff? Probably the new guy.
The new guy.
Probably the new guy.
Carol
Yes.
Baskins. Carol Baskins does.
Girl Baskins, yes. She collects it and she sells it in her shop with her masks that
Yeah.
looks like lion print masks.
Hey, Todd
Yes.
Tolton, welcome to the show.
Oh, you didn't miss much, so don't worry about it.
You missed
It's
some lion poop. So
lion poop, and yes. So anyway, apparently this man, 47-year-old man, he's having has some kind of weird disease where he's feeling drunk all the time, but he's not drinking any alcohol.
wait,
And,
what?
Yeah, he
He feels drunk.
he feels drunk. He's always feeling drunk, but he doesn't drink any alcohol.
Like when I'm really tired.
Well, apparently the man has what they call a gut fermentation syndrome.
Gut fermentation syndrome.
Yes, it's also known as autobrewery syndrome, ABS. It's a rare condition, involves excessive fungal growth in the gut, which feeds on carbohydrates and then fuels ethanol.
This is a thing.
production. It's a thing, yeah. He says oftentimes
Auto brewery syndrome. It's a
Yes.
real thing.
Oftentimes, ABS is linked to excessive amount of yeast in the gut. Now, yes, so
There are scholarly articles about
yes,
this.
really, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Physicians try putting the patient on a low carb diet and a course of antifungals, but the signs of intoxication persisted, according to a study published by an internal medicine magazine. They said autobrewery syndrome is a rare condition involving excessive fungal growth in the gut. Also, the ethanol production, leaving the person feels intoxicated. So, and in the situation, the man, he's even lost his driver's license because of random police checks because the police think he's drunk. So,
Does he actually, does a breathalyzer set off?
I don't
Because
know.
it's a blood alcohol level.
Yeah, I guess. But if he has to, they make him walk a line and stuff like that. If he doesn't passes, I don't know.
It's true.
But they said, physicians then looked to a fecal microbiota. Basically, in other words, a poop
A
transplant.
poop transplant. I've heard of
Basically,
this.
yes.
I have heard of this.
Yes.
This is the most bizarre thing
Yes.
in the world. I listened to a podcast and they brought this up.
Yes. Yeah, it's really weird. It said basically what happened is said, the bacteria in the feces, and this is what's interesting to me, the bacteria in the feces was transferred into the patient's small intestine. The transplant, this is the part, the transplant came from the man's 22-year-old daughter, and his symptoms was resolved, at least until the most recent follow-up about 34 months ago. And so they said that, this case is believed to be the first successful treatment of a patient with chronic gut fermentation and using a poop transplant. Yeah, we did.
Fecal transplantation.
Now, and what's interesting, in the procedure, we did receive a photo of the surgeons working their miracles in the surgery room.
Oh, okay.
Yes, let's make sure that we get it. Yeah, there we go. And so,
At least they're wearing masks.
yes, they're wearing masks, which is sanitary, and also they work in conjunction with the German circus. So anyhow, there you go there, and I think that's it. I think
Oh
that's
my
all
goodness.
of the stupid
Is
news.
that all the stupid
Let's
news?
kick
All
it
right.
off. Yes.
This was the Stupid News with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
You left the poop on the screen.
I left
man.
the poop on the screen. Well, you know what? It's no different than when you and me are on the screen.
Well, that's
so
true. You
that's
took the poop
okay.
away, and there's still poop on the screen.
Take the poop away. Okay, now I can look at the comments.
Oh my goodness! Yes, that was
okay.
intense.
That was intense. So,
Poop transplant.
poop transplant. Yeah.
It's funny that I have actually heard of that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I heard. I listened to. I used to listen to NPR. I used to listen to a show called Science Friday,
Yeah.
but I never catch it. So I started listening to the podcast replay, and I'm sure that's why I heard about this. But I can't remember what it was for. What people were getting a poop transplant, a fecal transplant.
I saw it, and they had another photo, but I spared everybody from it because they had this mixing machine where they had glass and they has the tubes and stuff.
Oh, Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just
So-
okay. I just had this horrible vision of two people laying on gurneys next to each other.
Yes,
With
exactly.
like the old school blood transfusion.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness,
That's right,
horrible.
Todd. They could have used monkey poo because they're
Yeah.
very generous with it.
Yes, yes.
I don't know.
They'll collect their own poo
but,
and
you
give
know,
it to
I mean,
you.
But since we're talking about poop,
I almost
on
spilled
this-
my water just now.
oh poop. So, but is there something genetic to it? The reason, because they did the poop transplant from his daughter.
Yeah, because I guess the daughter didn't
So-
have it, so it must not be a genetic kind
Yeah.
of
So
disease.
is it like it's kind of like you have to find the right kidney, you got to fight the right thing,
I don't know. Gotta find the right poop.
Moving right along. That's right. Moving right along. That's right. Moving right along.
right along.
He's either telling us to move on from the topic or he's talking about a bowel movement. One of the two. So anyhow,
Let's talk about
let's talk
movies.
about movies. Yes, sir. I'm going to let you start. You bring.
You
as I
want me to
enjoy-
start?
No, I guess might as well get it over with. Go
Do you want
ahead.
me to start with that one, or let's start with something else? Let's build up to that one
Okay, let's build up. You just go ahead
before
and
we
hit
have
whatever.
a complete meltdown.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's do one that I know we can both agree on.
Okay.
The Black Hole.
The black hole.
The Black
Yes.
Hole. This was one of my favorite movies as a kid. Am I going to tell you it is phenomenal? No, it is not phenomenal. But it is a great little movie. The premise is interesting. The story is interesting. A couple of the actors are kind of lame. But the for the time period,
Yeah, exactly.
for the time period, the graphics were amazing. I didn't
was
even
gonna-
know until recently that this was a Disney movie. I had no clue this was a Disney
Yeah,
movie.
I knew it was a Disney movie. I didn't have a chance to look it up, but what timeline from Star Wars? Because I think it was really close.
It was, I want to maybe 76 or 78. So either right before or right after. Let me look it up.
Okay.
The Black Hole. These are all those things. Oh, 79. So 2 years after
79,
Star
so
Wars.
After. Okay.
So it's after. But it was definitely in that time period of, Star Wars was successful. So, hey, we better make a space movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But, the idea of a giant black hole and finding a ship that's, just floating on the edge of the black hole,
yeah, exactly.
it had a bit of horror to
It did.
it had a horror bit, a horror bend in it. And the ending is super questionable. What does all that mean? I don't even
Exactly.
know. But, some Dante's Inferno kind of crap there at the end of the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But I just think it's a great movie. I think probably some people like us know about it because we saw it way back when.
Yes.
But most people have probably never heard of this movie or have never seen it.
You can see it on. I think they have it on Disney.
Disney Plus, yes.
So you can
It was the
see that.
first movie I watched on Disney Plus. We've actually talked
Yeah.
about this movie multiple times on this show.
Yeah.
Probably not as extensively as we just did.
No.
But
yeah, I enjoyed it, and
what was your favorite part of this movie?
I like. What's funny? I like the little robot. That's my favorite.
The little robot?
The little robot, the little guy, and yeah, I mean, I know, I liked him.
Yeah, he was fun.
with the big bug eyes, and
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I mean,
It was
Yeah,
definitely Disney.
I like the villain. I can't remember his name.
The
main
the real
scientist,
bad guy. Yeah, I can't remember his name. Maximilian was the bad robot.
Yes. Oh yeah, he was cool.
Yes, Maximilian
cool.
was pretty
Maximilian.
awesome.
Yes.
Vincent was the robot, the robot with the big eyes.
Yes,
and
I like
let's see.
I like the '70s bell bottoms outfits.
It does show its age. No. I'm not going to go out there and say that it doesn't show its age. It was.
Hey, I
Like,
mean, you
yeah.
want to talk about bell bottoms on sci-fi? How about Buck Rogers?
Oh, no doubt. no
Yeah.
doubt.
That
I'm trying to look. Palamus Cygnus.
it was good. Yeah, I really liked it.
Hans Reinhardt,
Okay, that makes sense.
which, you got to have a German bad guy.
Yeah.
So you call him Hans Reinhardt.
Hey, if you got a German circus selling tiger poo, then you know there's something wrong with the people. And
Hey,
that was me.
for years and years, talking about the black hole, right?
That's right.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
that is the truth.
For years and years in movies, if the bad guy wasn't German, he was Russian.
Yeah, and
You-
that was in the 80s. Yeah.
Yes, in the
In the
80s,
80s.
it was just a thing. You made and I don't even think Reinhardt didn't even have a German or Russian accent. That's just a German name.
You know what I wanted, what I would like. One, I didn't put it on my list, but I thought about. Speaking of the 80s villains, I can't remember it. It's Red Teenagers, 1980s.
Oh, Red Dawn.
Red Dawn.
Yeah,
I liked Red Dawn.
I liked Red Dawn. I don't know how it was received.
I don't know.
The
either.
remake was kind of a flop.
I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. This is on the list. I left out remakes. I'm not. I stayed with the original.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't pick anything that that was a remake of something that at least not that I know of. These are kind of the known version of a movie if it was ever a remake.
Yeah, Todd, we talked about doing a Bond because I grew up watching James Bond. First was Roger Moore, and then
Roger Moore are the
one I
ones I
grew up.
watched.
But then-
Saturday afternoon movies.
But then Sean Connery, I was introduced to, and so anyway, we'll get in all of that. But we want to do a show on that, and I think that's going to be really fun. I think we can really get into it because really James Bond changed, really changed the cinema, genre of super agent man. But anyway,
Yeah. So what movie do you want to pick? You pick a movie from your
I'm gonna
list.
go through my list. Okay, well,
Let's just bounce back and forth. Pick a movie from your list, and we'll just see how long we go.
Okay, let's do that. One of the lists I like. I don't know if you ever Big Trouble in Little China.
I have seen this movie once, I think, and then I catch it on, on TV every once in a while, but I don't really remember much about it.
Yeah, it was in 1982. Flopped in the box office. Didn't do very well at all. Actually, I was going to look at the budget on this.
I don't remember hating it, but I don't think that it was a movie that I thought, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it just because of its campiness. It had this, the whole serial effect. It's kind of like the old 1940s, 50s serial series,
Yeah.
where, so, and you can tell they kind of get a little bit of Indiana Jones, Oriental kind of Asian type of deal there. But anyway, and the guy had a mullet, so that was pretty cool too. So that was, but anyway,
Well, it's Kurt Russell, which I'm not a huge Kurt Russell fan.
I'm not either.
Although I did like, this is a movie I didn't think about. Escape from New York.
Yes, I thought about that one.
But I don't know if it gets very much crap.
I don't know either. Honestly, I don't know if it does either. I was trying to look and see if the film was a commercial failure, grossing $11.1 million in North America.
Ooh,
And
that's pretty low.
And then it was a $19 to $25 million budget.
It was how much?
It was $19 to $25 million budget.
So it only made about half of its budget back.
Yes.
Which is not good. But
It's not. I'm
not
not great
good.
at math. I'm not good at math.
not good.
But that's not good.
Yeah, that's
at all.
not good. That's
So
not
bounce
good.
one up. Bounce one on me. That you,
Well, I was gonna look at something real quick. Okay.
Okay.
So Big Trouble in Little China actually got decent reviews.
somebody got to hate up there.
What?
Somebody that is awesome.
Let's see. Hey, did you know if you hover over the little
Yeah.
hate signs, you can see who it is? So, hi, John Stevens.
Hi, John. Hey, no.
I don't know who you are. John Avery
Hey, John, join in the comments.
Yes. Let us
because
know how bad it is.
Yes, because just because we
wanna know.
like it, I want to know how much you hate it. This is why we love the show. We love having so yeah. Get involved.
We're all in. All right, I got
Yeah.
another one.
Okay.
This movie gets all sorts of bad rap because the premise is ridiculous, and it's just a. But I just think it's a fun movie. I love Armageddon.
Armageddon.
And it's oil drillers in space
Yeah.
blowing up a asteroid that's going to destroy the Earth with nuclear weapons. I mean, how much better can you get?
Yeah, I mean you got Owen Wilson.
The cast is amazing.
Yeah.
You've got Bruce Willis.
Yes.
You've got let's see, Michael Duncan. He's
Yeah,
the
Michael
black guy.
Duncan, yeah.
I love Michael Duncan.
Yeah, he played in the Green Mile.
Yes,
Green Mile.
absolutely.
Really great movie.
Ben Affleck of all people is in
I
this
know.
movie.
I know.
Steve Buscemi. I mean, how can you go wrong
I
with
love
this
Steve
cast?
Buscemi. Yes, exactly.
Liv Tyler's in this movie.
Yeah.
But it gets all sorts of bad rap just because, like, the premise is ridiculous. This would never happen. You know, you would never. Non-Kurt Russell fans. Hey, I said I like Escape from New York, but
I like Tango and Cash. I was going to put that up there. Tango and Cash. Yeah.
So, but Armageddon is just it is absolutely absurd and weird.
Yeah.
But the characters are funny, and I don't remember who the guy is that plays the Russian cosmonaut, but he kills me in the movie. He's great.
Have you seen Space Cowboys?
I have not seen Space
That's
Cowboys.
the one. You hadn't seen that one?
Uh-uh.
It has
Similar premise.
well, yeah, I mean, similar premise. They bring these old guys back in retirement. You have
Okay. I think
James
I've heard
Garner
of this.
was
Yes.
in Clint Eastwood.
Okay. I haven't seen it, but I know of
Yeah.
it. Okay.
It was fun. I liked it. So
Yeah. What do you did you like Armageddon? Do you think it's
yeah, I
a
liked
worthy
it.
movie?
I mean, I like it.
or do you think it deserves the negative press that it gets?
Nah, I don't. No.
It only got 38% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, Space Cowboys rocks. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, who else was in it? I can't remember the other guy, but no, I thought it was okay. I mean, I didn't think it was terrible. It was kind of like you watched it and it is what it is.
It's
So,
fun. See,
mean,
this is the kind of movie that here's my thought when we went into this, when we decided last week at the end of the. You guys don't know this. Right after the show, Mike and I talked, and we actually chose a subject. We had a whole week to prep this,
yeah,
and
and
we
we-
still failed.
Yes, exactly.
We still did it last minute, but we decided that we would
He's
do
helping
the
me
Donald
out, Donald
Sutherland.
Sutherland. Yes,
Yep.
and there was the other actor too, and I can't remember his name. I
was still talking about Space Cowboys.
Yeah, he was still. Yeah,
So when we decided that we were going to do, we premised it with movies that are better than they get credit for.
yeah.
And the idea is movies that we enjoy that either the critics didn't, or
Yeah.
they did bad in the box office, or the fans slam pretty hard. When I went into this, I started thinking about what movies do I just enjoy sitting down and watching
exactly.
just for fun.
Yeah.
And Armageddon came to mind. It's just one of those movies. If it comes on TV, I'm going to sit and watch it. Just because I think it's hysterical and funny and interesting.
I had one that actually my wife set me down last night and watched. She Tiffany, my wife, the
Oh, yeah?
podcast wife. She was talking about how the movie was underrated and
Okay.
And I
Is it
really
one of this on the list?
It's on the list,
Okay.
and it's Signs.
Signs. I liked Signs. It's M. Night Shyamalan, which means
really good.
it's going to be weird.
Yes,
Is that
that's Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix? Yeah. I forgot he
And-
was in this.
and
I haven't
the-
seen it in years.
And the younger kid is Macaulay Culkin's younger brother, and I can't remember his name.
Really?
But he played in, I don't even remember Uncle Buck, but he played, yeah, it was Uncle Buck with John Candy. And the young lady, my wife would know her name, but it's funny because we were watching on Amazon Prime, and that X-ray, where it shows you the cast and everything,
Yeah.
and where they're at now. So
Oh yeah, I love
so
that feature.
yeah. So anyway, that was really good last night. I was surprised that it didn't have a big box office hit, and they say it was one of his I don't know, one of his least favorite movies. Not his least favorite movies, but as far as fans go. But I really liked it. It was really good. So
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I saw it several years ago, way after. Oh, your podcast wife
Oh,
said
sorry. Go ahead.
Abigail Breslin. Thanks.
Wrestling, yeah. And I think her name was Rory in the character in the movie.
yeah.
So
Todd said Blade Runner is an awesome movie. Blade Runner is an awesome movie. I don't
Yeah.
know. Does it? I
See, I
guess
debated
it
it.
kind of fits, but I couldn't decide.
I liked it so much. I didn't want to. I felt like it was a good movie. I mean, but again, you're right. It could be. Now
It got a lot of critical.
Yeah.
It probably did get a lot of critical, beat down, and it
It's
did not
different.
do. It did not do well in the box office when it first came out.
Now,
But
I was gonna.
I
was
felt
gonna
like
put-
it has
yeah.
such a post box office cult following that I didn't think it fit into the list.
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Well, I mean, I was looking at the sequel that came out a couple years ago.
Yep.
And
Blade
so
Runner 2049. I enjoyed that.
I thought it was good. So
Yeah.
yeah. Some of them I was kind of iffy with because I liked it so much. I just didn't.
Does it really fit in the
Does
list?
it really fit in the list?
Yeah.
You
All
know.
right. So let's see what I've got here. I'm going to throw this one up. Get away from the sci-fi horror and Hook.
Hook.
You know the movie. Robin
Yeah,
Williams
Robin
as
Williams.
Peter Pan as
That's
a grown
right.
adult.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting. It's a fun little movie.
I enjoyed
And
it.
Rotten Tomatoes, it only got 29% on Rotten
Did it?
Tomatoes.
Did.
Horrible reviews on
Well,
this
what's
movie.
funny to me is that, watching these movies when I was a kid or when I was younger, like this one, I thought, man, it's great. Should have done well. And then now we're at our age and we're looking back and we're looking at the reviews, and I'm shocked, going, really? It only got a 26%?
Yeah.
I mean, are you experiencing the same thing where you're going
Yeah,
back and
exactly.
looking at some of these movies, you're going, wow, okay, I didn't realize it.
Yeah, movies
yeah.
that the critics hated that
Yeah.
I thought were great the first time I saw them.
Yeah. So
Now and are there issues with that movie? There's some issues with that movie, but it's good, it's fun. It's a fun romp,
it's a romp.
It's a romp.
Now,
See, Todd says it's a good movie too. See, thanks, Todd.
Now, the movie I'm going to bring up next, it's really obscure. Not a whole lot of people know it. It flopped. It was Steven Spielberg's worst film ever.
Well,
I
everybody
mean-
has to have a worst film.
And yeah, he did Jaws, and he was on this roll, and then he's,
Yeah.
then all suddenly he thought he would do this this parody, and it's called 1941. And it had a
Yes.
I loved it because I loved the cinematography. I loved, the production, the staging.
I
of
have to
course-
be totally honest.
Yes.
I have never seen this movie, but I am aware of it.
Yes, and if you think, I mean, you have like Robert Stack was in it, but you have like all the SNL guys from the early days. You have
Yes.
Dan Aykroyd, John
Yep.
Belushi, John Candy was in it, Christopher Lee was in it, Tim Matheson was in it, and I mean the list goes on. They even had
Yeah.
I can't.
You
really
couldn't
pronounce
afford
his-
to make this movie now.
No, I mean, this thing was a big production. They thought it was going to be a hit. I enjoy it. It's one of the movies I sit down because I love that. I like that period.
Yeah.
And he was so authentic with the clothing and just the streets, and I mean, it just but at the time, this was interesting. Is that they actually the guy who played, the guy. Well, in there's a general, and it's played by let's see his name again, Robert Stack. Okay,
Okay.
it's played by him. Originally, it was offered to John Wayne and Charlton Heston. Now,
Okay.
John Wayne turned it down because of his health, but he said after reading the script, Wayne decided not to participate to the ill. Okay, this is the part. But he also urged Spielberg not to pursue the project. Okay.
Well, has Spielberg made other blatant comedies?
I don't know. John Williams did the entire score of this movie.
Oh my goodness!
So you had John Williams, you had all these big actors. I mean, you had. Let me read it real quick, okay? You had.
Okay.
I mean, you even had you had Slim Pickens in it. Tons of cameos, okay? Remember the guys from Squiggy, Lenny and Squiggy from Laverne
Yes.
and Shirley? They had a
Yes.
cameo where they were on anti-artillery guns on top of an apartment complex one. Anyway, and I enjoyed it. It's not everybody's taste, but I love the cinematography. I love all the actors. I thought it was funny. I mean, it's not like funny, like laughed out funny, but it's just it was humorous.
Speaking of Slim
Yeah.
Pickens
So-
was in The Black Hole. So we'll go just to throw back there.
So anyway, I'll get away with that. But I picked that one because it's one of my favorites. It follows after the attack of Pearl Harbor, and the entire West Coast is like, they have the war nerves because they're waiting for
Yeah.
the Japanese to attack the West Coast, and it's all on top of that. So everybody's waiting for air raids, and you have Jim Belushi, who plays a fighter pilot who flies over at the wrong time, and then everything breaks loose. So I don't know. It was fun.
Okay, before
was
we
fun.
move on, I have to
Yeah.
check this.
Yeah.
So did Spielberg do any other blatant comedies? So he had a few movies before Jaws that I have never even heard of. Then he did Close Encounters, and then he did 1941. That was his next movie. And after that, he has a string of adventure, sci-fi, horror kind of stuff. And then by the way, he did Hook. I didn't realize he was.
Todd said you have to watch 1941. I'm glad somebody else likes 1941.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll definitely have to check that out. So so Hook was, I would say Hook is probably a blatant comedy. But
Is
Like-
it really though?
well,
I mean,
I don't know. It has some heartwarming moments, but I'm like looking through everything else he has done.
1941
There is
was just-
nothing else that
Yeah.
is an absolute comedy for comedy's sake.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it was that big a flop, if that was still Spielberg going, nope, not doing comedy again.
Oh no. Yeah, he went out of his depth. He was trying to do something like what George Lucas would do, some kind of a timepiece of some kind, but people were saying make it serious, don't make it a slaps, don't make it a comedy. But
Yeah.
anyway, but
I remember that movie coming out though.
yeah, so I liked it, but
Okay,
yeah.
well, let's see what else. Let me see what else I have on the list. Here's one that will cause a little controversy. This is not the big one. This is a little controversy. Daredevil.
Daredevil.
I enjoy Daredevil. Everybody hates on Affleck as Daredevil. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was pretty good. The villain, he was way overacted. But overall, I mean, for the hey, all right, Michael McCall.
Hey,
Um,
Mike.
But overall, at the time for Marvel to make anything that was decent, it was good. But
That
it
was
probably got more
pre-Marvel.
hate after Elektra came out, which wasn't
Yeah.
good.
Well, that was like the pre-Marvel Studios Avengers
Yes.
period.
Yeah.
I mean, like the Punisher.
Yeah, but
You know.
but Affleck in in interviews, Affleck says it wasn't a good movie.
He didn't like it.
He doesn't like it. No.
No.
But I'm like, I don't know, Ben. You were in Armageddon. Let's
Exactly.
just face
Let's
face
not-
facts here. Let's
Yeah,
not talk about how bad movies are that you were in.
That's right.
But I liked Daredevil. What did you think of Daredevil?
I liked it. I mean, at the time, look at the selection of superhero movies you had.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's probably about the time you had the Fantastic Four, about that same time period and that kind of stuff. So, I mean,
Yeah, I think it was post the good Batmans,
yeah, exactly.
but pre the really, really good Batmans.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then you've got, then it got kind of weird. Batman got weird. Actually, it might have been after all the weird Batmans,
yeah.
but it was before anything that most people would say was really,
Yeah.
really good.
Well, this next one I have, some people will go, it's okay. Had an average reception. Was Rogue One, and I really liked Rogue One.
I loved Rogue One. I thought it was a
loved
great
it.
movie.
And I loved it because, and some people didn't care for it, but I love how they somehow computer generated the people from New Hope, the battle scene
Yeah.
from New Hope, and they brought them in, and all suddenly you see Princess Leia, and I got goosebumps,
Yeah.
And I remember, the Battle of the Death Star and the New Hope. I can remember all those pilots.
Yeah.
Well, of course, in there, a lot of those pilots die, but in Rogue One, they, trying to take out this transmitter or, take down this base. You had all these pilots, and I thought, man, that's cool. I really liked Rogue One. I really enjoyed it. So
Jason Hamilton says Rogue One was an amazing war movie set in the Star Wars universe. That's a good way to explain it.
that's really a good, yeah, because it was its own. It was a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, when I saw that one on your list,
Yeah.
I questioned whether that one. I
Yeah,
was like,
I know.
how much bad rap? It did get a lot of bad rap initially, though. It did.
that was the only reason, because I've heard a lot of, but I enjoyed it.
I think
And
a lot of the things you and I read that were bad about that movie
Yeah.
were things that were out before the movie even hit the theater.
I think that must have been it. Must have been.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. So if it comes on, I'll sit down and watch it. It's a good
Oh,
movie.
absolutely. I think it's great.
Yeah.
It's probably on Disney Plus. They should really sponsor us.
They should.
Let's see here. What do I want to put up on the screen? All right, here's one. Iron Man 3.
That's interesting. Yeah. When I saw that on your list, I said, yeah. And to me, it's the villain.
The villain is the problem. The villain is the problem of the movie.
Yes.
But overall, the movie is pretty good. I think.
Yeah.
It brings the story arc, the Iron Man story arc, to a close, kind of. Except we got Avengers. It gives Tony Stark some more depth. We get to see a whole lot more of a War Machine. The definitely the fail of the movie was the villain.
villain.
But overall, I thought it was an enjoyable movie.
Now, what do you think about too with Jeff Bridges? That was
Jeff Bridges was one.
in one.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Mickey Rourke.
Mickey
the
Rourke.
second one. Yeah.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke was the second one. He was okay, you know. I didn't feel like there was a good motivation for that second one.
I didn't either.
I think the third one makes more sense in general
yeah.
with the whole I sell weapons to the good guys, you know, but
exactly.
then the bad guys use my weaponry. Well, now
Yeah, exactly.
the good guys want to use my weaponry in ways I don't want them to, so I'm fighting back. See, I think the idea of the movie, I think the premise was good.
Yeah.
I think the villain was bad, but we still have a shot with the Shang-Chi movie to actually see a real version of the Mandarin. So
That'd be
I'm,
really
I'm
good.
holding out hope.
Yeah, me
Fingers
too.
crossed that
Yeah.
that's a thing. So anyway,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
my next movie. So what do you got next?
Well, this is
Whale?
This is a,
Whale?
No.
Is that what you said?
No. No.
Oh, Judge Dredd. Okay,
Judge Dredd.
I'm not with you on this one.
Not the new one. Not the new one.
I know this is the
is-
Sylvester Stallone one.
I know it. I love it. It's a guilty pleasure. I can't help it. It's a guilty pleasure.
Oh, I
Okay.
don't like this.
It was that or Demolition Man. It was one of the two.
I think I probably like Demolition Man
Demolition
better.
Man better. Yeah, I just enjoyed it for no particular reason. I just yeah. So,
I think my biggest issue with this movie was,
Stallone.
well, yes, it was
Yeah.
Stallone. Yeah, because I like Rocky. I am the yeah. I had read some of the comics back in the day,
Yeah.
and having Stallone walk around without his helmet on all the time kind of annoyed me.
Yeah.
It's like that's kind of the mystique of never seeing the man behind the mask. It's totally the Mandalorian thing, you know. But
I enjoyed the reboot. That was pretty good. I don't know
the
if you've seen it or
Dread,
not.
yeah, Dread was pretty good.
Yeah.
And it was a little more true to the darkness of the comics. I think that was the other thing. It was a little too campy for me.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to say it's horrible. I've watched it.
No,
I've watched it
I
more
mean,
than once.
Listen, I knew, I had Max von Sydow in it. He's
Yeah.
a great villain. I mean, he's
Just
the guy who
remember to use the 3 shells.
yeah, exactly. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to push you too hard on that
it's
movie.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not with that one, but it's fine.
It's okay. It's okay. I don't. We have more to fight over, so don't worry about it. Yeah, it is
Wait.
very. Yes, it's not a little campy.
Oh.
It's really campy.
Yes, it is
Really
really
campy.
campy. You know
so-
what? That is something that annoys me in general.
Yeah.
I don't like when they take something that's a serious, that has always been a serious theme subject,
yeah.
and they super camp it up. Like, I don't like the remakes of 21 Jump Street,
I don't either.
the Starsky and Hutch,
No.
all those old movies, all those old shows that they took themselves seriously because they fit within the time, and now we're going to bring them back in the 2000s. We're just going to make fun of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like that.
Exactly. I'm the same way. I'm
Yeah.
the same way.
So I think that's part of the reason I didn't like Dread. It's not a horrible movie. I think it could have been a really good movie if they had just not made it Dread. If they had just ignored.
Wow.
I think Dredd would have been. I think Judge Dredd would have been a better movie if they had taken the Judge Dredd off and just made them some kind of futuristic police.
Yeah. Hey, at least I didn't say the last action hero.
Oh. Okay, so let me get into some. We'll just hit this one really fast.
Okay.
John Carter. A horrible marketing plan. Disney definitely screwed up. I thought it was a fun little movie.
Yeah.
It's not amazing. It's fun. It's good graphics. Okay, well, that's all we have to say about that one.
Okay.
You got a fast one?
Galaxy Quest. It had a bad rap, but I thought it was the funniest spoof off of Star Trek and conventions. I really enjoyed it. So
Yeah, that one's not bad.
Yeah, so I enjoyed that one.
All right, let's see what else we have here. I'll throw this one out. National Treasure.
Yeah.
It let me look this up real quick.
Okay.
National Treasure. I got a 46 on Rotten Tomatoes.
There you go.
But I just think it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Whether if you like Nicolas Cage or not is questionable, but I like that movie.
Now I picked this next one. I love Indiana Jones.
Okay, now I had a question about this one.
Okay.
I was like, how exactly does this one fit
Okay.
into our
now,
premise?
Now listen. There's some people who said that number 3 was too campy versus the first Indiana Jones and the second one.
Okay.
There's a place,
Okay.
they mention stuff like, when Indiana Jones is on the tank and he has a gun, and there's 3 Nazis in front of him, and he shoots one bullet, and they all die. Well, you know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
But for me, I love this one because of, Sean Connery. And the thing is, when they talk about, that kind of stuff, it fits in with the whole serial movies they used to do back in the day, in the
Yes.
40s and the 50s. And that's
Yeah.
why this thing was made in the first place. And who not, and I know I really enjoyed it. And it was
I
one of
love
my
this
favorite
movie.
movies.
It's my
And
favorite of the series.
Mine too. And what also helped it shine is when the skull came out. So after the crystal skull came out,
Everybody
people were
went,
like,
"Oh, number 3 is great."
Number 3 is great. So, but yeah, that was a big deal. That was the only reason I brought it up, because I remember a lot of people that I talked to didn't like it because they thought it was too campy, and I thought, no, it's great. It's a fun movie, and it's the essence. You have, Dr. Jones and Dr. Jones. So
Yeah.
I liked it. So
Couple comments real quick. Todd says Flash Gordon is bad. I don't know about that one. I almost put Flash Gordon on the list, but I wasn't sure. Jason Hamilton says something about the 21 Jump Street. Michael McCall loved something. I'm not sure what he loved at this point. Liked John Carter.
how's your mother, Trebek?
Nice.
Tremors. I saw Tremors on that. Was from our last show, right?
Yeah, Tremors was on our last show.
Yeah.
So let's see, what else do I have?
We're building up, and that's really great.
Oh
So
yeah, I
anyhow,
know. Let's try to blast through. Okay, Star Trek. I'm gonna do this one. Star Trek: The Motion Picture. It gets. I always feel like people hate on this one,
Yeah.
because of the storyline, but I thought it really, it was a good spot for Star Trek
Yeah.
to start. It only hit 43 on Rotten Tomatoes, but honestly, if this
Yeah.
movie hadn't happened, we wouldn't have half of the Star Wars or
Yeah.
Star Trek stuff we have today.
My biggest one complaint is the onesies. I didn't like the onesies that they were
Didn't like the
wearing.
outfits.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but I didn't mind them. I thought it was an interesting, honestly, it's where the next generation costumes start. They're onesies. Let's be honest, they are.
Well, I had some guys wearing skirts on there too. So anyway, I don't want to go
Yeah,
there. But
but-
anyway, that's a different time.
Anyway,
But yeah. So okay, on my next list here is one that. What do you think?
I love this movie.
I do
It
too.
gets hated on all the
the
time.
All the time. I liked it. It was fun. It's I like the story about the two of them meeting. I love the battlefield scene where where in the beginning where he gets enlisted, he wanted
Yeah.
to be a pilot and he ended up being a soldier for the Imperial forces.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so to
Okay.
tack on to Jason's comment earlier about
Yeah.
Rogue One is a war movie set in Star Wars, this is a heist movie set in Star Wars.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought the actor did
Yeah.
great. Unfortunately, I think the actor had to be Harrison Ford. Even my wife loves Solo. Yeah, I think the actor had to be Harrison Ford rather than being able to act the way he
exactly.
really could. Who's the guy who plays
Lando?
yes. Who's the
That
guy who
would
plays
be
Lando?
Donald.
Donald Glover. He
Yeah.
did an amazing job. I
Yes, he was-
mean,
yeah.
he could have a bottle of Colt 45 in his hand, and it would look perfect.
He was on Community, so yeah.
Yeah.
On the TV show Community. So
Yeah,
anyway.
good stuff.
Okay,
Let's see.
let me jump on my here. Let me see what I got
Let's see
here.
what.
Hitchhiker Guide to the Galaxy. Oh, I'm sorry. We were jumping on that.
Okay, go ahead.
What do you think about that?
Actually, I haven't seen it,
Yeah,
which is really weird. I love these books. Actually, that may be the thing that has stopped me from watching it.
well. If you like the books, you'll probably hate it, but but I liked it because I like Martin Freeman, and I liked.
See, I like Martin Freeman too. He's the only reason I wanted to watch the movie.
Yeah, and the guy who kind of played the weird, not really a villain. I can't remember his name. He played in. Ooh, let's look it up here real quick. I know we're on the.
Yeah, we have to have our argument. So
I know that's all we. anyway, I'll just get anyway. You if you like the book, you may not like it, but anyway.
Okay.
But
Let's
I
see what
enjoyed
else
it,
I have.
So Sam Rockwell was in it. That's what.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay. Anyway, Watchmen.
Watchmen gets lots of trash because
Yes.
of Zack Snyder and his slow mo, and
Yeah.
a lot of people say he made it too close to the comics, and a lot of people complain that he made the characters too likable, and the whole point of the comics were that superheroes weren't supposed to be likable.
Yeah.
So, it gets lots of hate. I really loved it. I thought it was a great movie. I've read the book and I've seen the movie. There are differences, but I like both.
This is one obscure. Most people haven't seen it. I really enjoy it. It's called The Nice Guys.
I haven't seen this movie,
it's a really-
although he looks like a thin Tom Goodman.
Yes, and actually Russell Crowe gained weight for it. Then Ryan Gosling's in it, and basically, it's really good. Ends up being a buddy movie. One guy is a private investigator by Ryan Gosling character. The other one, played by Russell Crowe, he's actually he's the guy who picks up the money, and if you don't have the money, he breaks your arms. So anyway, good movie. I enjoyed it. Not a whole lot of people know about it, but I really enjoy it. So anyway, I'm done with that.
It ruined the books. Used cars. All right. Well, let's see what else I have. Tron Legacy gets lots of hate. The original Tron, I absolutely loved it. I was super excited. The first time they said they were going to make a remake, that didn't happen, and they finally made it. I thought it was good. It's not spectacular by any means, but I enjoy it.
And this is from my childhood. I really like it. It's called Better Off Dead. Did terrible in the box office criticals, but it was I'm fond of it because it was back in the 80s, and it was something I enjoyed. So anyway, we'll just get out of that real quick.
Let's see. I've got a couple more on the
you go
list,
ahead.
I think.
Got a couple there, yeah.
Or do I? No, I only have one more on my list.
Okay.
Do you have any more? You have one more on your list. Okay, got 4 honorable mentions that we're just going to throw in real quick.
Okay.
These were mentioned on a couple of the comments from the posts that I saw, and I was super curious as to what thoughts were. One was Green Lantern. I have to be honest, I have not actually watched the movie.
I have seen it.
It gets lots of hate.
Tons of
but
hate.
Multiple people on the posts said it was enjoyable.
I'm indifferent. I watched it, and it is what it is. So
Okay. Now, these next 2 are interesting because they're both Kevin Costner movies, and I think they're both the same movie. It's The Postman and Waterworld.
And
it's
Waterworld, yeah, basically.
they're both movies that are way too long, and this is a guy in the desert, this is a guy in the ocean. But lots of people said they're great movies. I've seen bits of Waterworld. I haven't seen the whole thing. I watched the entire Postman before. I thought it was cool. It's kind of weird that Tom Petty shows up in the middle.
Yeah, I know it.
As Tom Petty.
As Tom Petty. Only Tom Petty can survive. Yes, it can survive a Holocaust. Anyway.
Yeah, and then this one showed up because it gets a bad rap because it was kind of the worst of his comedy, of Mel Brooks movies. Yeah. Lots of people didn't like it, didn't think it was as good as his other movies. But I thought those were interesting. So who shall go first?
You go first. You go first. I just want to see the build up.
I'll go first. I'm going to get such hate on this.
I hope so.
The Phantom Menace.
Oh my. Oh my.
I'm going through the entire soundboard just for that.
Oh my goodness. The Phantom Menace, I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was fun. It was a good way to bring the Star Wars series back. Did it have some issues? Yes, it had some issues.
Did it have issues?
It had midichlorians, which I abhor.
I'm done now.
Oh gosh. But overall, I think the movie is enjoyable. and this may have something to do with my children. It's the one Star Wars movie that they actually enjoy and watch over and over again.
Yeah.
But when they were little kids, and I think it's mostly because of the little kid that was that played Anakin. But worst child actor ever.
I agree.
I know. And okay, so I'm going to throw one thing out on the Jar Jar Binks part. Everybody hates on Jar Jar.
Oh, yes.
He is there to be comic relief. He is there as the replacement for C-3PO. C-3PO was the comic relief in the original trilogy. He was the one getting in trouble. He was the one that was, would say lines that weren't really funny, but they turn out to be funny because of the situation. And that's what Jar Jar was supposed to be.
Also, his name is Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but that's my take on the movie. I enjoyed it. You can hate it all you want.
Now, this is my retaliation to that. I'm going to go ahead and let me get ready for this.
Just throw it up there, man.
I'm going to throw it up there, and
I don't have a soundboard to make fun of you either. Oh my gosh! Just stop. Just put the movie on the screen. Here, I'm going to put the movie on the screen.
There we go.
Star
The
Wars
Voyage Home.
number
Star
4.
Yeah.
Oh, my least favorite Star Wars
What
movie.
is wrong with this one? You got them, they're all in San Francisco. They got groovy clothes on. You got Spock doing, colorful metaphors.
There's your bell bottoms again.
Then you got, Chekhov looking for nuclear vessels.
Wessels.
Nuclear vessels.
Wessels.
What's wrong with that? And then you got this one here, computer. Hello, computer.
You know what this movie reminds me of? This movie reminds me of Doctor Who. When they went, you know what? We don't have quite as big a budget this time, so we better make it set in modern day, so we don't have to build lots of sets.
You know what's funny? Actually, the critics actually gave it.
It got great reviews.
And then actually, Leonard Nimoy said it was one of the better movies that they've done.
Well, because he directed it, he should say it's one of the better movies.
And it says that. And also, I'm reading in here they did not allow any midichlorians in the production, so that's good. And I think this is great, and it's. I think it's great. It's a
still
great.
Don't like it.
Yeah. Well, you gotta. Let's see here. Let me turn that off here. Here. Oh, sorry, I left that on. Let me turn that off. Okay, there we go. You want me to turn off that? Okay, I think there's a band here. Okay, there we go. All right.
My
See?
goodness. So yes. So
That
there
went
you
well.
go. I thought that went really well.
Yeah, let's see who
I
else
think I
hated
took
that.
more hate than you did. I don't know that anybody else that's watching hates that movie as much as I do.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I hate
Compared
that
to
movie.
Phantom Menace, I think you lost that one. But anyway.
And I don't know that I hate that movie. I just don't like it. I would, if you said we must.
That's right.
Yes.
I love that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
See,
loved
you know
it.
what? Here's another reason I think I don't like that movie. You remember my comment? Is the doctor wearing bell bottoms? Oh, they're all wearing bell bottoms in that movie.
And that's groovy.
Okay, so the other reason, last bit, I don't like that movie.
Go ahead, tell me.
It's the same thing. The same reason I don't like the 21 Jump Street remakes. The same reason I didn't like the Starsky and Hutch remakes. They took something that tries to be sci-fi serious and they made it a comedy.
It was lighthearted.
It was a comedy.
No, it was lighthearted.
It was a comedy.
Yes.
It was a
lighthearted.
comedy with a slightly serious premise.
Yes, and then you have like a Macaulay Culkin look-alike and a big-eared rabbit, like tricks are for kids, with metachlorians. Yeah, there you go. And then you have.
I realize I'm going to lose this battle.
And then all suddenly they brought back that tail, they had back in the 90s,
Yeah.
that. So
You know why I lose this battle?
Go ahead,
because I'm
Tommy.
pissed off about the midichlorians too.
I know.
I still like the movie, but the
Yeah.
midichlorians piss me
Yeah,
off.
it just that's-
And there's nothing that makes you mad about Star Trek 4, so I lose the battle based on that
it
one.
really is.
That one
I
simple
mean,
thing.
Yes, no
No
Klingons,
Klingons were harmed
Yes,
in the making
exactly.
of the movie.
Exactly, that's right.
Space
So,
whales.
Man, I think we just really ruined the show at the end,
we,
didn't we?
just,
I think
I-
we like
I think,
brought it down.
yep. I think we might have an episode next week, though.
Yeah,
I think we survived. Our friendship has survived.
I think we might do one.
We probably will do another show next week. Shall
Might
we
as
tell
well.
them what our premise is for next week?
Yeah, I think we should.
So next week we have decided to bring you British TV from Mike and Ricky.
Yes, sir. It's a little bit of Brit. That's
Yep.
right. Some of your British shows, anything from Faulty Towers to and one that that's right, developing the will in a Pringles can. Yes, paint it in black. Exactly.
By the way, since whales do come from space, they
Yeah.
did show up in Doctor Who one time.
There
There was a huge space whale with a
Yeah.
city on it.
Exactly.
So just so you know.
Yes.
So
The
just
Brit
keep
bits, yeah.
just keep remembering that Star Trek now has the same premise as Doctor Who.
That's right. That's right. But next week will be 7 p.m. Central.
Are we only doing comedies, or are we doing just British shows?
We'll throw in whatever we want to.
Whatever we think and feel like.
Yeah, and if you have any comments, your favorite Brit show,
Yep.
Post
Let us
it.
know what it is.
Post it.
Comment down below.
it can be the old comedy, it can be whatever you want.
Yep. Send us a message if you missed the comments down below.
Yeah.
Send us a message. We'd love to hear. Todd started sending me stuff every once in a while. Thanks, Todd.
Yes.
Um,
Red Dwarf.
Definitely. Yeah. Red Dwarf is
Yes.
on the list. A couple more obscure ones I'm going to put on the
Yes.
list
Yeah, me too.
that I'm excited about.
Yeah, I was the PBS OETA kid that watched
Yep.
Sunday nights where they had the
Yes.
BBC stuff. So,
Sunday Night Britcoms.
Yeah, so
Vicar
there
of
you go.
Dibley is definitely on the list.
Oh, my favorite.
Yep.
Yes. So anyway. Okay,
All right.
man.
Thanks, Todd
Okay,
Tolton.
thank
Thanks
you.
for saying it's a
Thank
good
you.
show.
Yes, Doc Martin is also great. Thank you,
Yep.
sir. One of my favorites. I think we'll wrap it up. Remember, next week we'll have it at Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's Brit night. So anyway,
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Facebook, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
We did a Twitch, yes,
We have a Twitch, and now it is SAS Nerds with an S
on Twitch.
on Twitch. So follow us on all three. We'd love to hear your comments.
Plus two. Eventually, we're going to have a group page.
Yes,
here pretty
we are
soon.
talking about starting
we're
a
gonna-
group,
We're going to do a
Facebook group.
a Facebook group page. You know, we have our regular page where everybody participates. You know, everybody makes comments and stuff like that. But we're thinking we're going to do a group page where everybody can be involved. They can upload
Yeah,
their
so
own
you guys
memes,
can
yeah,
post
some
funny
stuff.
things,
So anyway, and we'll steal from you. So
and we'll
that's-
steal it and put it on the
yeah,
page.
and put it
Yep.
on the page. So anyway, but we're still playing around with it, and basically
Maybe
it's,
by next week we'll have the group up and running.
yeah, we may have it up there. Yes. So
Okay.
anyhow,
I'll definitely
that's-
make sure I invite you guys.
That's right. So I guess this is it. Let's
All right, let's do it.
send it off.
This has been the Something About Something podcast with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling, who
Oh, my
likes Star Trek 4 too much.
And my friend who has too many midichlorians in his blood system, and
Oh my gosh,
totally, yes,
I
and
totally
Jar Jar-
botched that.
Yeah,
I Jar Jar
Binks.
Binked that ending. Didn't I?
Oh, you Jar Jar Binks it. That's not.